Hey there, a few months ago I took a flight that I was pretty much not looking forward to. Basically, I had to get to Dublin quite spontaneously, and Ryanair had by far the lowest prices. And I thought, well, yeah, just give it another chance and fly Ryanair. So that's why I booked this flight. You've probably heard a lot about Ryanair, or maybe not. They are the biggest low-cost carrier in Europe, and many different people have many different opinions of them. So yeah, that's why I'm making this video, to share with you my experience on Ryanair and tell you a little bit about what I think. So hope you enjoy.
I am starting my journey here at Cologne-Bonn airport and I'm taking Ryanair flight number 8036 to Dublin today. The first thing I noticed was that although Ryanair departs out of Terminal 2, their baggage drop-off and customer service were not in Terminal 2, but in Terminal 1. After taking that extremely long 30-second walk over to Terminal 1, I arrived at the baggage drop-off and there was nobody sitting at the counter. As I looked to my right, I saw all the Eurowings counters well staffed, only the Ryanair ones were empty. I thought, well, maybe someone just left for a few minutes and will be back every second, but as time went by and the line started to grow longer and longer and my legs got tired, I decided to just sit down and enjoy this beautifully wasted time. Finally, after about half an hour, the woman you see here sat down at one of the counters. Unfortunately, as it turned out, that one counter was only for the flight to Naples, so we kept waiting, and after another 10 to 15 minutes someone finally decided to care about us poor Ryanair customers, and we were finally on our way back to Terminal 2 to the security check. Since I have a priority pass, not to confuse with Ryanair's priority boarding, I could visit the Cologne Business Lounge, the only lounge in this terminal and the only priority pass lounge in this whole airport. The lounge was honestly a little disappointing. I mean, it was free for me, so I don't regret visiting, but there were not even restaurants in the lounge. There was only one hot food option, and the bananas were far from ripe, trust me on that one. I have to admit, the food wasn't bad at all, and the lounge was very clean, but you should not buy access to this lounge in my opinion. After clearing passport control, we walked to our gate and were then highly confused by Ryanair's boarding process. I knew there were priority and non-priority boarding, but somehow there was only this one line and no signs or anything to tell us where to go. Complete chaos. Somehow everyone found their place, and after standing in another separate area for a few minutes, the real boarding could begin. Ryanair, as far as I know, always boards via the aircraft's own stairs. So if you're unlucky and it's rainy, you will have to walk through the rain to get on board. Most people don't like this process, but I think for all of us aviation enthusiasts, it's always nice to walk around a plane, regardless of the weather. My seat was 26F, so I boarded through the back door. Unfortunately, Ryanair operated its old cabin on this flight. The new one is a lot better, however, on my 4 Ryanair flights in the past few years, I was only lucky enough to get the new interior once. Quick tour of the seat. Ryanair does everything as simple as they can, so the seats don't recline, there were no power outlets, no magazines to read, not even a seat back pocket to put your stuff in, and then you have this ugly yellow headrest with the safety card on it. The legroom really was not the best either. For me it was awful, but that's because I'm really tall. I guess for everyone else it was alright and not too bad given the price we paid to get on board. Also, if you're as tall as I am, be prepared to having your headrest push against your spine. It was incredibly low. My back started hurting a lot after a while. During the flight I barely filmed anything. I only checked whether the table was as loose as on my last Ryanair flights, and yes it was. But don't worry, that's normal on Ryanair, and this time at least the seats were fixed and didn't move, unlike those on my flight 2 years ago. Oh, and I didn't have any footage of it, but the lavatory was surprisingly clean for an evening flight, and given the rumors that Ryanair almost never cleans them due to their short 25-minute turnaround, they were absolutely fine. So, my conclusion, is Ryanair really that bad? Not really. Sure, you shouldn't expect a premium airline. The seats are really not comfortable if you're tall, and not practical as there are no seat back pockets. And everything you want that exceeds getting from point A to point B will cost you money. But we all know how low the prices are. I paid €22 for this flight. The flight back to Cologne was even cheaper. So if you just want to get to your destination for a little money, I think yeah, fly Ryanair.